Now, though President Bola Tinubu has assured Nigerians to be patient, that the decision to remove fuel subsidy would soon pay off, it still remains tough for many Nigerians to handle. I boarded a bus from 7 Up Toll Gate in Lagos, going to Bega, to ascertain how much it would cost me. While in the bus, I engaged with some passengers who lament how they have spent more money for transportation and food, hoping the fuel price drops soon.
From Bega to Toll Gate, I used to pay 100 naira, but now it is 300 naira to go and 200 naira to come. I am just coming from Bariga and I was charged 500 naira to Bega, which used to be 200 naira before.
Before now 150, 200, now in the carrier. Now we talk saying 500, one carry. This one, before I buy 150, 200. Now, I buy 600.
The driver is not left out, as he says what he makes on daily basis is mostly spent on buying petrol.
The thing affects us a lot. Because before now, if I use 1,000 naira for a good come, now it's 3,000 naira.
As we move around the streets of Lagos, we stopped by a filling station where the manager revealed they are also affected as profits are significantly reduced.
The sales has reduced a bit. You understand? Some will buy, some people that have been coming to buy large quantity before, they reduce their quantity.
For monitor to this place now, buy fuel now 61,000.
Despite efforts from the federal government to make things bearable for Nigerians, things seem to be getting tough. Now, Nigerians want the government to quickly ease their pains by providing cheap transportation and food items and jettison the proposed hike in electricity tariff. In Niolua Bukwola, TVC News, Lagos.
Just a cross-section of some of the issues Nigerians are facing with regards to the removal of fuel subsidy there in that report. Well, joining us in the studio is public policy analyst and former Lagos Forum, and founder rather, Lagos Forum, Joe FEMI-DAGUNRO is in the studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
I appreciate it. Welcome. Good to be
right.
here. Yeah.
Let's get your perspective with regards to how things are going with regards to the matter of the fuel price hike after the removal of the fuel subsidy. Yes, the impact from that report, we could get a sense of how Nigerians are feeling with regards to this. But then coming out, the NNPCL GMD says that market forces, is the reason behind this hike that we are seeing. In fact, Ikman is saying that sourcing for dollar and to the naira and all of it. But when you look at all of the factors that are being given, is it justified to have this kind of hike?
Well, basically, when you remove subsidy, the prices of things will go high. But I think what people are feeling now should have been communicated to them. The people should have been prepared for this particular, this kind of pain they are going through. But people are not prepared for this kind of pain. People don't prepare for, people don't even understand what is this subsidy all about.
Right.
So now we are having this pain. People are suffering and they are expecting a kind of solution to it. I tell you what, the solution will not come so early. And the pain will go for a long time.
Really?
Yes. Because you see, it's market forces as well. You are buying dollar like any other person is buying dollar. These people are buying dollar. They are importing. And they have to pay taxes as well. They have to buy dollar like any other person. So if you buy the dollar for 600, you sell to make profit. And that is what is happening. So as long as we have to import these PMS, the prices we have to be, we have to vary. In short, you should expect the prices today to be this, tomorrow to be another thing, even on hourly basis. Because this is what I told some people. Even in Europe and some other places, in 30 minutes prices can change. So people have to they have to get this understanding. So we are not telling them the truth. It is not just tomorrow or next tomorrow we change prices. No, it can even change in 30 minutes. Less than 30 minutes prices can change. And until when we get used to that. But the logistic issue, yes. Government must do something. And that is why I say people should have been prepared before
But there are those who would say that Nigerians should have known, because they have this matter of fuel subsidy removal has been a conversation that has been ongoing before the president now said that, made it clear that we cannot continue in this path or on this path. And so what aspect were Nigerians not prepared for, or what aspect was not communicated to Nigerians when you say that Nigerians were not told the truth?
Yes, you see, I think we have so many ministries. You have Ministry of Information, Ministry of Communication, Ministry of this, Ministry of that. These are the information they should have released to people. People should have been gathered in so many forums and fora and say, listen, this is what will happen. When they took the subsidy out of diesel, because majority of the people don't use diesel, so it was easy. They don't have that effect. Now, you are now telling them, no, we have to use gas. We have to do this, and LNG has to come up. The gas, you have to change your car system into the motor. A lot of things are going on now. So if you have prepared them 6 months or 1 year ahead and say, look, begin to make these changes in your car, begin to make these changes in your homes, then it will have been, that's the preparation I'm talking about. But now people are just running helter-skelter. And then upon that, you are now saying, okay, you know what? Electricity, they say, look, we can't. We have to increase as well. You see, all these intermittent increases happening here and there, it can't help the system. And that is where the government has to come clear and be transparent. You know, we need transparency in this government, because they know it is the same party. So they cannot say they don't understand what was going on. It's the same APC that was there 8 years ago. APC is still there now. So you have to begin to, they will have understood what happened 8 years ago. And now you are beginning to tell the people, oh, we have to remove subsidy. These are the pain you have to go through. And then the next thing is the money taken from the subsidy. You have to be transparent. Where do you want to spend this money on? What project?
The president has spelled that out.
Yes, but then now they hear again. You are going to take a loan, or you are going to take from the loan, and you are going to give the senators or the new lawmakers, you are going to subsidize them in court. But I said, let's support them with 70 billion or whatever amount of money, and the people will not be happy. You know, when you see these people going in there and you want to subsidize, you know, their lifestyle again. So these are things that are making people to feel more pain psychologically than even the pain of trekking or the pain of paying high cost. So we have to begin to make sure that people psychologically, you see, most of the things we are saying and we are doing, don't forget it has psychological effects on people. Think of the pensioners. Some of the pensioners we have in Nigeria today, especially the federal government pensioners, you know, they have maybe 30,000 naira, 20,000 naira. How can anyone live with that kind of amount of money? And they go to hospital. So if you tell the people all health centers will be developed, will be improved upon, all nurses will be given this, all the people will now be able to go to the hospital. You know how many people cannot go to the hospitals again or go to the health centers? I know some people, they went to the hospital. A woman went to the hospital, to the health center. The first drug, and only drug he was given, was 7,000 naira. And this woman earned 20-something thousand naira after 20-something or 30-something years of work. So the people, how will they adjust? And you are not counting them as one of those, the poorest of the poor. Then you come to say, oh, Jesus Christ said there will be poor amongst you, but he didn't say you cut them off. He didn't say you kill them. He didn't say they will be amongst you, but they have to survive as well. So let's be realistic. Let's tell the truth. What are we going to do? Let's increase the cost of other things. If you tax champagne, for instance, how many people drink champagne? You pay for it. Those people, there are things you can tax that will not bring problem into the country. Tax the champagne. You see, when you see people buying Prado, I don't want to be specific about a particular car. You know, SUVs all over the place. They're not even buying assembled cars in Nigeria. Cars that are assembled in Nigeria. You are importing those things, and they see the affluence, the power of this naira and dollar, and they see the cost of these cars. They say, look, and you say, we don't have money. Who fuels this car? I mean, so the people see what is going on, and they're not happy anymore. And that is why the government has to take it serious that, look, we tell you what to do, we tell you how we're doing it, how we're spending your money. This is our money. And we want to know this time around how you spend this money. So it is not just enough to say, look, I'll give you 8,000 naira. And then 2 weeks later, I say, no, we're not giving this 8,000 naira again. We have other things to do. No.
No, they're reviewing it.
Yes, it's not going to work that way.
Well, we're glad that the president has even said, let's take a holistic
look into it.
We don't know the dimension of the review. We We don't know what package, how they're going to stratify it, as the case may be. But talk to us about the issue of palliatives. How far would this go, really? Because recall under former President Buhari, he was going to borrow, you know, about $80 billion, thereabout, you know, preparatory to the removal of subsidy as a way of, you know, using it to cushion the impact of the subsidy. Now, the federal government now is also working in that light, as the case may be. But you have said this thing is going to be around for some time, but how far can palliatives go?
You see, the point is this: the moment we begin to tag all these things with names, people are just saying, look, we've had it before. We've had these palliatives before. What happened to the IDPs? We are not talking about that again. Are they still there? Are the people still in the camps? What happened to them? You see, flood. The other time you have flood, you know, destroy the farms. So what happened? So it is not today that the farmers, we have problems. They've been having problems before. You had the headers issue and all those things. But have we solved all those problems? We've not solved them. This is raining period as well. Floods will still come again. And then I said it somewhere, if we have spent so much money trying to avoid some of these things, what has happened? There are states whereby the governors of those states, they collected ecological funds. And we have not seen the effect of these ecological funds. And they are sitting down there as first-time senators. And you want to give them money again. You see, these are the things. The palliative is good if it is well worked out. I said it. Let us have more boats to carry people from Mile 2 to Marina. Let's do all these things that will relieve. Let's give people cards so that, look, it is not just money will not go around everyone in this country. It can't happen. But the point is this: we need to prepare ourselves. Social welfareism is not just within a year or two. I said it some time ago that, look, you have to prepare what we are enjoying today. Some of the things people are enjoying in Germany, in Europe, or wherever, has been done 100 years ago, has been planned, and is still ongoing. People are contributing into that. So you contribute into your, you know, Provident Fund or whatever. What has happened to the NPF? What has happened to your payee? There are so many acronyms people don't understand. Where can you go when you don't have money? The small-scale business woman and man is telling you that, look, it can't take a loan. I know a woman who has taken a loan of about 30 million. The things are not sold. They have it in the shops there. So a lot of, and you are not counting this woman as a poor woman that will get palliatives, and she's not selling, and she has to pay rent. So these are the people, palliatives, these are good ideas, but it can't work out well the way it is being planned. All you need to do is begin to create the platform for social welfareism and begin to plan it. It will happen, it will work well maybe in another 10 years or 20 years. But within the next 1 or 2 years, it will not work well. It's just like dashing out money to people. So let's begin to plan it. And you bring in the private sector into it as well. The private sector, if you are employed, your employer is supposed to contribute a certain amount of money into that purse. And then when you retire, you'll be able to, yes, it's going on fine, but there are other people who are not employed. They still have to enjoy that same thing. And that's why you see what is going on. I was talking to somebody, NNPCL. Who are the people running it? Let us come out clean on this NNPC thing. Is it like Saudi Aramco that you say, look at what is going on in other places? So if you are saying NNPC is a limited liability company, who runs it? How are they making their money? What are they turning over every year? People want to know all these things, the turnover, the profit, and the margin on it. Not just one day the managing director will come out and say, no, I'm not the one dictating the price. It's the marketing guy, it's the workforces, it's the market forces. People are fed up with all these forces we are talking about. And we have to look at the positive forces. Nigeria is a great place, but it is not only in Nigeria that this petroleum issue is happening. In Kenya, Uganda, all over. But we are concerned about our country because we call ourselves the giant of Africa. We have paid, now we have paid our AU fund, we are leading the ECOWAS. People are looking up to us. And we have to begin to see how can we justify this leadership role. It's unfortunate that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu just came to face all this problem. The problem of Nigeria is not just after 8 years. It has been there since before the independence. So he comes out to say, look, so it's going to be tough for him. But I believe with support of the private sector and the people, information has to go out. And then people have to live a lifestyle that would justify the people bearing the pain. When you say that it's just like having a baby, and you know, but the woman has been carrying the baby for 9 months, and she has been bearing the pain. It is not just one day, but the woman doesn't tell you that, look, I had pain yesterday, I had pain before the birth, but you are looking at just that one day. It is not, it's a 9 months pain. So it is not a one-day pain. So let's begin to look at the 9 months pain of that woman. So we are going to face it. But it's a long journey. It is not a short journey.
Right. And that's the aspect I'd like for you to expatiate on. It's been a long journey and not a short one, because there are those who have come out to say that, okay, we are giving this government 3 months to see how it's going to stabilize all of these issues, or 6 months. But you are saying that it's a long journey that we have.
Yes.
Expatiate this aspect and what government can do to a multi-sectoral approach to addressing these issues that will be for a long time.
Look at this, for instance, that he said, we'll create a loan portfolio for students.
Yeah,
they can take. You see, that is a step in the right direction. You know, so he has started well on that, because we know that, you know, we can't continue running our universities like this. It has to, you know, things have to change. You need good laboratories, you need good teaching hospitals, you need all these things. So we have to put money into it. Then it will jack up the school fees. So in order not to have dropouts here and there, you can take a loan. But there might be some ideas to, you know, fine-tune the loan, the policies, and all of the things that say, oh, if you don't get a job within 2 years, you go to jail. No, they'll fine-tune that. But the steps are taken that, look, you go to school, you finish your school, and you can take a loan. Fine, that's a good idea. Right? So now you're saying, okay, transportation. Okay, we are getting buses. Even if you want to import 50,000 buses, you can't get it within a week, within 2 months. And this is what I'm saying, it's a long journey. We'll flood the street with buses. How many buses do we have in Nigeria now that will take care of what we're saying? It is not as if the government has brought buses before he came in. So he has to bring in these buses from somewhere. And there will be collaboration. We are loaning money. We still have to borrow. We still have to loan money. It's unfortunate that, you see, African governments are not looking at it as, let us help ourselves. Which, you know, Kenya cannot loan us money. Ghana cannot loan us money, but we still have to go to the World Bank or the IMF. They have to still dictate. You know, so it's unfortunate that we can't help ourselves in Africa with this kind of loan. So African Development Bank will say, okay, there's little or much that I can do. Their hands are tied as well when it comes to a certain level. So this thing, that is why I say it's going to be for a long time. And the loans have to be repaid. Yeah. Thank God there will be moratorium. Thank God there will be negotiations. But then, how do we pay back the loan? So the people, ordinary Nigerians, don't understand most of this thing. All they want is, listen, I want to switch on my light and there's light. Yeah. And look, if you look at your bill that has been sent to you, you will discover in the last 3 months or 4 months, you have not been paying the same rates. Yeah. Check it out.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
It's not the same rate. So coming out to say we are going to increase it, I think it's just, I don't know how they came about that. Because they've been increasing it. So people don't know that. But now you say we are increasing, they say, hey, you want to increase again. So, but if you look at your bill, I looked at my bill and I saw it, that these guys have been increasing regularly.
Marginally.
Yes. You know. So let it be marginal. Let it be something people can, you know. So now the petrol issue, if you take away the petrol from them that they can't afford to buy, what a keg that I used to buy for 5,000 is now 15 or 30 to 20,000. Yeah. So now you have to cut. How do you use the electricity? Put off your gen at 10, sleep fine. When it is 6, put it on again. People have to adjust to certain things, just like what other people are doing around the world.
Yeah.
Now, the fact
we have run out of.
Oh, okay. I wish.
We have to leave this conversation. There's a whole lot to say with regards
but the most important thing is just to prepare the minds of the people. Yeah. It's a long run. It's not a short run at all. Right. And unless we begin, 3 months or 6 months is not enough. You know, but the honeymoon is getting over gradually. Okay. You know, that's it.
Thank you so much.
Reality hits. Joe FEMI-DAGUNRO, public policy analyst and founder, Lagos Forum. Thank you for your time.
I appreciate
it very much.
Right.
Thanks for coming.